Hey y'all, it's Emily with Curious Collections. I'm here today because Record Store Day Drop 2 is coming up on June 18th, 2022. We're doing our phone appointment signups this Saturday, June 11th. So get excited for that. It's going to be on our socials sometime this week. But we just got in a few of our Record Store Day Drop 2 albums, and so I just wanted to unbox them with you and show you what we got. So, first we have Pearl Jam Live on Two Legs. It's crystal clear vinyl. The picture on recordstoreday.com is beautiful. It's double LP gatefold, and it's on vinyl for the first time in 20 years, over 20 years. But yeah, it's the first major live album they did. It's the summer of 1998 North American tour. And for each of these albums that I'm unboxing, I listened to two of the songs. Because a lot of this stuff I had never heard of. Like, I've heard of Pearl Jam, obviously, but a lot of this stuff I hadn't heard of. But luckily, if you haven't heard of some of this stuff either, I made a Record Store Day Drop 2 playlist on Spotify, and you can listen through and decide maybe what you want this year. So, if you go to Spotify and click Search, Curious Vinyl, you click on it, and it is the first playlist, Record Store Day Drop 2, and it's got a bunch of songs that you might want to listen to. But yeah, that's what I'm using for reference. But the songs that I listen to for Pearl Jam are Elderly Woman Behind the Counter in a Small Town, and Black. And I liked both of them a lot. I love a good live album. Highly recommend. Okay. Next one we have is Miles Davis Live, What is Montreal? This is from July 7th, 1983. And this is the first time these recordings will ever be released. Like, released, not even just on vinyl, but it's not anywhere on streaming, and so this is exciting. It's from the International Festival of Jazz in Montreal, and he's one of the most influential jazz artists ever. And the ones that I listened to were, let's see, Star People, it's on side A, and What It Is. I listened to them on Spotify, and they're different versions from what is actually going to be on the vinyl, but Star People is 18 minutes long, and I was like, that's interesting, but it is really good. And then What It Is, there is a heavily edited version of it on his 1984 album Decoy, but this album has it in its full form. Double LP gatefold, I really like it. It's got liner notes from Greg Tate, who is a culture critic. So that's really cool. But yeah, okay, Voivod, Nothing Face. This is the first LP reissue since 1989. Apparently it was in very high demand according to Record Store Day. New remasters. It is pink with blue swirl, sorry. Which is super pretty. There's only 6,000 copies, and we have some. And the ones that I listened to on this album were The Unknown Knows, which is the opener to the album. The track listing is right here. And then Astronomy Domine. And I Googled how to pronounce that, so don't worry about it. It's a Pink Floyd cover, which I didn't know that, but I listened to both versions to make it equal, and I'm not gonna lie, I liked this version better, so you should buy it for Record Store Day, is what I think. Okay, moving on. Prince, The Gold Experience. This is on 2 translucent gold LPs, super pretty. It has I Hate You remixes on side D. I don't think the track listing is on here, but yeah, so the ones that I listened to from this album were P Control, If You Know, You Know, and I Didn't Know, and Now I Know. And then Gold, which is classic anti-materialism at its finest, and yeah, I really like this one. Up next we have Tangerine Dream, and they actually have 2 Record Store Day releases. I think one got pushed from April, but I'm not sure. We have Live in Rhymes Cinema Opera from 1975, and then the other one is called Alpha Centauri, which is their second album to be released, from 1971. But yeah, they're a German electronic band, which I didn't know. It's not what I expected at all. This one is super cool colored vinyl. It's got blue and orange, or should I say tangerine, very funny, whatever. this is hard to find on the internet. Spotify has, so each side is different parts of it, and they have all of it on Spotify, I think, but it's like one song and it's 46 minutes long. It's like the whole set, so it's kind of difficult to come across, but very cool looking. And then this one is clear vinyl, and I listened to, I don't remember what I listened to, but it was good. I liked it. It's on the Spotify playlist. But I was listening to it, and I've been watching a lot of Stranger Things recently because the new season just came out, and I was like, Tangerine Dream sounds like it would fit in perfectly to Stranger Things. And I looked it up, and they actually were in Stranger Things. The background music, some parts of season 1 and season 2, and they were also in Mr. Robot. And I love that show. But yeah, they actually released their own version of the Stranger Things theme song on YouTube and SoundCloud and stuff like that, and it's really good. But I just couldn't believe they were in Stranger Things because I didn't know. But yeah, those are cool ones, I have to say. Okay, this one is Soul Jazz Records 100% Dynamite. It's a compilation album, and so is this one, also Soul Jazz Records Studio One Classics. These are Jamaican reggae compilations, which I have to say, I know nothing about, but I had a really good time listening to 4 tracks from here. Let's see, this one is yellow colored vinyl, and this one is purple. And yeah, this one, Studio One, is one of the most renowned record labels in Jamaica, and so this is all of some of their best work, I guess. And then this one, Record Store Day described it as 18 killer tracks that show the influence that American jazz, funk, and soul music had on Jamaican reggae, which is just cool, you know, if you're looking to learn more about something, or if this is your interest. Super cool. We have both of those for Record Store Day. This one, I'm not gonna lie, makes me laugh. 50 Years of TVs Greatest Hits. It is a compilation album as well. It's this cool splatter, can you see that? Vinyl. I really like it. Look how long the track list is. It's because all the songs are like 30 seconds long. But it's got all of your favorite TV show theme songs. My favorites include The Twilight Zone, Hawaii Five-0, and Law and Order. And you could have it on vinyl. I think the splatter part is the coolest part, I will say. But it's really fun. Love it. If you saw me hit myself in the face with this vinyl, no you didn't. Okay, up next. It's called The Residents. Warning, unink, I think. Okay, so it's their live and experimental recordings from 1971 and 1972, and I'm confused by it. It's cool, but I'm confused by it. The Record Store Day website describes it as deeply experimental, which I would agree with. I think you really just have to listen for yourself. Maybe it's not my thing, but it might be your thing. But the residents are really interesting and totally anonymous. It's kind of like an art collective, and it's been going on for years and years and years. But yeah, you learn something new every day, but we have that for Record Store Day, so yay. Okay, next we have Barry White, No Limit on Love. Could not find this on streaming services, but it's instrumental recordings and rare vocal cuts, 180 gram heavyweight gold vinyl. It looks really pretty on the website. We haven't opened any yet, but yeah, the ones that I listen to where I've got The World to Hold Me Up, which is his vocal cut. I liked it a lot. And then he's got, you know, it kind of varies between orchestral, instrumental, and him, but yeah, gold vinyl. I think it's really pretty. Okay, this one, if you're going to buy a Record Store Day release that I'm showing you today, it should be this one, because I had to Google it because I didn't know what it was, but it's called Song Confessional, Volume 1. So it is a songwriting project by a few Austin artists, including Jim Eno from Spoon. I hope I said his name right. I don't know, but I like Spoon. And so what they do is they collect anonymous stories from everywhere, and they will have different musical artists turn those stories into songs and put them on this big compilation album. And so they've worked with artists like Wild Child, they worked with Houndmouth, and I like Houndmouth. They're not on this one, but I think it's cool. But they have a confessional booth in Austin where you can go confess your stories, and maybe it'll turn into a song, which I think is really cool. but I listened to Going In by Wild Child and then Who Did You Call by Husky Loops, and they were both really good. I feel like this is kind of more of the music style that I listen to, and so if I was going to buy something this record store day, it would be this, I have to say. So, highly recommend. And then we have, second to last, we have Steve Hackett, the Tokyo Tapes. I feel like everyone knows who this is except for me, or what it is, so I googled it. But it's Steve Hackett with John Wetton, Ian McDonald, Chester Thompson, and Julian Colbeck. And they're in all sorts of kind of bands like King Crimson, Genesis, Asia, you know, all the great ones. But it's a live album, classic. I listened to The Court of the Crimson King live, and then I Talked to the Wind. Very cool looking. Yeah, okay. Last but not least, we have Sun's Signature. And we just got this in today. The album art's kind of dark, but I'm sure you can see it. But it's a 5-track EP from Elizabeth Fraser from the Cocteau Twins, which is super cool, and Damon Reese, who was the drummer for Echo and the Bunnymen, like late 80s, early 90s, which I didn't know this, but they're married. And they made an EP. It's not totally out yet. They've got Underwater and Golden Air as 2 singles, and then I guess they're dropping it on Record Store Day on streaming services, but you can definitely get it from us on Record Store Day. If you're familiar with Cocteau Twins, she says English words, but they're not full sentences, and she's saying full comprehensible sentences on this EP, which is weird to hear coming from her, but I like it. It's kind of creepy sounding, but let me know what you think, because I really like it. But yeah, that is everything that we have for Record Store Day so far. Check back in with us on our social media to see more sneak peeks and information about the appointment signups. So yeah.